welcome to the Daily Dose of Dawn. Special edition. That's right, folks. We are trying something new here today. A little bit new, at least. Well, we're not actually. We're just taking the things we always do and we're combining them into one. So, there you go. But that's sort of something new. Alright. So what we're doing here, okay, as you can see, well, you can either see that I'm playing a game of Mario Golf here, and you'll see I got three computer players, so yeah, I do plan on this one being a while. Or you might be seeing that I'm playing a little Fortnite here. So, what we're doing here is a Simo recording, where we're going to play both games while I mansplain the Handmaid's Tale. Alrighty. Of course, I'm also totally experimenting recording this on my PlayStation Portal, which is how I'm able to do this. So, if you don't see a video with this exact same commentary, but playing Fortnite instead of Mario Golf, then that means this experiment did not work. But, just as a quick review, I have to admit, PlayStation Portal, by the way, is totally effing awesome. Alright, highly recommend one. Works great. Well, alrighty then. Now that has been mansplained to you. That's right. Let's get to it. We are mansplaining the Handmaid's Tale today. Oh, as you see, I'm planning on it being a little bit of a lengthy one because we last mansplained episode 3 of season 2. And I am prepared to go all the way up to episode 8 today, but we'll see how long this game takes. Alrighty then. So, as you may remember, we left off, episode 3 ends. June is in the plane. The plane's going down the runway. She's safe. She's gonna get out of Gilead. And then the bullets shoot up the plane, and the plane stops, and the Guardians yanked her out. And oh, so close, honey. Ooh. Oh, wow, look at that one. Alrighty then. Well, episode 4 opens up. And they are basically, the Waterfords are all like, oh, we're so glad to have you back after you got kidnapped. Because we're just going to say that you were kidnapped to cover up your bullshit. You better not pull no bullshit again. Oh, and of course they put the chip thing back in her head that is still like, I feel like that I need some explanation on this chip thing, but oh, look at that. Huh. Somebody took me right out there on Fortnite, but alright, we'll get to that in a second. I expected that. Well, there's a wicked hill on this putt, too. I should probably pay nice attention to that. I think I remember getting the crap kicked out of me on this one. Probably because of this, and these guys ain't faring any better, so. Alrighty then. So Serena is like, what the fuck, bitch, man, ready to choke June out. 92 days we've been worried about you, and, well, the baby, we don't care about you, but, oh, shit. Rita gives June back the package. Alright, so, alright. I was like, what the fuck? Let's see here. Oh, Oh, Hera, this was interesting. We actually saw what the men were up to in this world. Yeah, ain't that amazing? Oh, boy. Yeah, so, like, the COs, they're out shooting skeet, talking about Fred's upcoming trip to Canada. Gets a little mouthy there with Putnam there, his newfound handicap, referencing his missing arm. Oh, let's see here. Lydia and Serena are kind of starting to butt heads a little bit. You know, I mean, Lydia's kind of like, yo, we gotta think about the baby. You can't torture her that much. And Serena's still kind of like, fuck her, and fuck her anyways. Oh. Let's see here. Oh, the fallout from Offred's attempted escape comes in. Oh, let's see here. Ofglum, her shopping partner there that spoke up for Janine, she got her tongue cut out. So, good job there. And Mayday is no longer helping handmaids. It's too dangerous after her BS. Oh, boy. Let's see here. Oh. There we go. Oh. We get a flashback scene where Luke's wife confronts June. You know, she's all like, hey, what the fuck you doing, man? You're like, fucking my husband. And then, like, we go to the next scene where Luke is, like, freaking out on her for confronting June. So, it doesn't really sound like Luke is all that interested in staying with her, but, she seems to think that he is. Alrighty. We go back to the present day. Serena and Lydia are like talking again, and Serena is like again super jealous of June because she's the one who's actually having the baby, and Serena's just like, yeah, I'm the mother because of my religious bullshit. You know, so that I'm sure even she knows is full of shit, but whatever. Okay, then. Lydia takes June on a walk to show her the driver from her attempted escape and him hanging on the wall. This breaks June pretty badly, you know. She's all like, oh my god, it's my fault. Fucking that, I don't know, this guy that, I don't know, apparently, somehow it's my fault. Well, Lydia convinces her that it's somehow her fault. Oh, actually, yeah, that's where Toad talks. I'm trying to figure out where this might be best at. Yeah, maybe there. I don't know. Gotta figure out how to, yeah, because I gotta, if I do that, I don't know. Probably should have figured this out before starting this, so I'm not gonna fuck with it now, so I'm just going back in there. And if you guys are super interested in what Yoshi's score is, well, you'll know at the end. Okay then, so Offred gets broken down after seeing the dead driver and being convinced it's her fault. Still think it's kind of dubious reasoning, but okay. Then basically she's like, oh, I wish to stay if you'll have me, Commander. You know, she's pretty broken, and she's all like, we've had fine weather. It's fucking fine weather. Fine weather, fine weather. Bro, fine weather. Ah, fuck, bro. I ain't working on that. Alright, anyways. So, that is the end of episode 4. Alrighty then. Episode 5 starts off. We start off. Alfred is burning the package. Or, well, stuff from the package. And Nick sees her, and he's like, what are you doing? She's like, we're not allowed to have these. And so Nick ends up taking the package, takes it from her. Like, yeah, I'll take care of that. We get more Lydia and Serena again. They are back and forth, not super getting along. Oh, we go back to Emily helping Janine get settled in the colonies. Oh, back there, Alfred got a little bit of blood in her panties. See, I thought she got her period, but then I was like, wait, she'd already been to the doctor and everything, you know, so apparently it wasn't quite that. This is probably one of those things that, again, as a man, I probably didn't really know what the fuck was happening, but she had blood coming out of her vagina, and I know that's bad for a pregnant woman to do. Let's see here. Fred wants to promote Nick in order to get rid of him. Alright. And Price, Commander Price there, he tells him, like, yo, if I was you, I'd be fighting to keep this kid. Straight up. Of course, that's because Nick is Price's spy, as y'all might recall. So, obviously, he doesn't want him there. Or doesn't want him to lose him. Alright. So then we go get another creepy ceremony. Prayvaganza. Alright. And I'm still, I am unclear as to what exactly this was. It was apparently like a mass wedding, alright? And so, like, in the next what the fuck moment of this show, Nick, who's, I'm guessing, like, 25 minimum, probably 35 maximum in age. Alright. Nick is forced to marry a 15-year-old in this. And there's like 30 dudes getting married to like 15-year-olds, so. Wonderful. And I mean, this girl is fucking creepy too, man. She is like 15-year-old religious brainwashed. It's like having just one child of the corn. I don't know. Who is raping who in that scenario? Is what I'm kind of wondering. I mean, because, like, seriously, like, I mean, like, normally you would obviously say, like, the older dude, but the older dude ain't got a choice in this either. It's like the government is raping them both, man. I don't know. Alright, so the wife moves in, and then June now is, like, super bloody in the vagina. And then we go to the colonies where we see a lesbian marriage. So apparently gay marriage still is a thing in this world. It's just probably not recognized by the Gilead government. Alrighty. And then Nick finds June outside in the bushes, fucking laying down with her bloody vagina, fucking passed out. And that, so, gets him to the hospital. And that is the end of episode 5. Alrighty, hold on a second here. We'll just take this moment there, real folks, to remind y'all, folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And if you're watching this on TikTok, hit follow. Oh, hit us all over the place. Like, subscribe, follow, share button. That's what we need. We need the share button. Share this stuff. Oh, because I have a feeling we're going to get through all 5 episodes here because, with the 4 players, it's taking longer than I anticipated, which is good. Good. Oh, yeah. Wow, I literally just tried to move the guy on Fortnite with the Nintendo controller, though. Not so sure this simul recording idea is working out great, though. Alrighty, almost same elevation. Oh yeah. Okay, so we open up episode 6. We find out, well, the baby's fine. So they just had a little scare or something, I don't know. But the baby's fine. And June starting to soften. Serena's starting to soften a little bit. See, I never noticed this before, but when they're doing, like, the sonogram thing and, like, they got this crazy, like, window thing over the Handmaid. So, like, she can't even see the baby on the sonogram. Or any of that shit. And I didn't even notice that until now when, like, Serena's like, oh, we can move this, and would you like to see? I'm like, there you are. Just another one of those, oh my god, you guys are like, fucking, y'all have invented new ways of cruelty in this. Alright, so June's back to the house. She runs into Nick, and Nick is not exactly super excited about his latest nuptials. Oh, let's see here. Lydia and Fred have a talk. Lydia's like, yeah, you got 2 strong-willed women that I'm working with here. I guess, if you want to call that working with them, but yeah. This is probably a dumb move, but I'm going to try it if you're watching Mario Golf here. Oh, cool. Actually worked out really well. Good. All right. So we meet Nick's new wife, Eve. Like I said, this is a 15-year-old girl, super codependent, religious nut job. I made dinner. I like the color yellow. Yeah. Praise be. And shit. It's like, oh my god, it would. Ah. See, again, I go back to who's having fun here? Like, who's going, this is good. I like this. This is fun. We got like 30-year-old dudes fucking this like 15-year-old that just knows nothing but religion. I feel like I'm expecting at any given time, like, everybody to just stop and be like, hey, what are we doing? What am I getting out of this, and what are you getting out of this? The Guardians seem to be the only ones that get anything out of this. I mean, they get to smack women around, but, I mean, that's it. But that's the best you got. I don't think they're probably living in barracks and the life is shitty, so that's probably why. Okay, there. So, Serena continues to kind of soften a little bit with June. About the baby, we get a flashback to young Fred and Serena. Okay, this I was kind of waiting for this. All right. Here's where we get a little bit more explanation on Serena's backstory. Because in season 1, the Mexican ambassador chick, was like, oh, you were all into feminism and all that shit. I read your book on the way over. And now women aren't even allowed to read your book. So what the fuck is up with that? But yeah, you see the scene, she goes on the college campus, she's getting booed, she's being called a Nazi. And that's where I'm like, oh, okay, so she's like she's like an Ann Coulter feminist, So alright. But yeah, she gets booed off the stage and she stands strong and tries to, when she tries to leave, she ends up getting shot. Oh, wait, hold on here. Oh, there is a great one. Like, yeah, I have the right to speak. I thought this was America. Like, yeah. Like, alright, great. Yeah, that's a good one. Alright. So, back to the present day. June and Fred have their first talk since they've forced her back. Since they rescued her. June talks with Nick's wife, and Nick's wife is like, oh, he hates me. What if he's a gender traitor? It's like, no, bitch, he's just not a pervert. See, again, I mean, at least they're getting this right. Like, not all dudes want a 15-year-old. In fact, not very many, I would hope at all. I would hope not very many. Yeah. Alright. Alright, Serena gives June a little friend time with her other handmaid friends, so that scene's actually pretty funny there. Serena's trying to not be a bitch, but she's kind of accidentally being one. I don't know. It's a funny scene, but hard to explain. I say we go. All right, because she forgot that like Oslin's tongue was gripped out because of the rebellion that June incited. Alright, so we go back to the flashback. Fred and Serena are still trying to speak at the college, and somebody takes a shot at Serena. Bam! Shoots her, but does not kill her. Because, you know, assassination attempts always help to silence your political opponents. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Back to present day. June is begging Serena to let her see Hannah. And Serena's like, oh, hell no. Ain't happening. Your good girl privileges revoked immediately. Fuck you. You're asking too much. And while bitching about it to Nick, June tells Nick, by the way, you gotta fuck your wife because she thinks you're gay. And she's gonna turn you in, and you're gonna get, like, strung up on the wall, and I can't have that. So, please fuck your wife. And Nick's all like, I really don't wanna fuck her. And, of course, June is like, oh, wow, yeah, I have no idea what that feels like. You know? Oh, boy. Alright. So Nick fucks his 15-year-old wife. Wonderful. Oh, so Serena's hanging out in the garden now a lot. Because she's all like, I don't know, I guess that's what she wants to do now. And, what the hell? Let's see here. We go back to the flashback, and actually this was, this little bastard, Fred, man, he's a little wiener most of the time. He really is. But the flashback, man, he's all super badass, man. He's got, like, this dude. He found the assassin. He's got him fucking tied up. And he's all like, you know what it's like to watch somebody try to kill your wife? And then, like, off camera, there's his wife next to him, and Fred shoots the fucking bitch right in the face. He's like, now you do. I point out I don't believe we saw him kill that guy, so that guy's up for grabs to return. Probably won't, though. Probably won't. But maybe. I'm also making predictions about a show that's been out for like quite a while now. I don't know. 5, 6 years. At least 6 years. I think 7 or 8 actually. I think there was like a gap. But damn. Alrighty then. Alright, so Fred goes to see June, like, yo, I need my bitches to get along, alright? And you knew she wasn't gonna let you see your daughter. What the fuck? Okay? So, like, but Fred gives her a picture of Hannah, and June is like broken down into tears crying, "Thank you so much." So Fred's like, "Alright, cool. Now get back to it, my bitches." Alright. Hold on here, folks. I gotta get this guy back into the bushes. Alright, there we go. Alright, then. And June gives Fred a nice little fucking I'm more than a baby incubator kiss. I think he earned it. Okay, so we go back to work there, and Fred's at his job, and Nick talks to Commander Price, and he's like, "Hey, man, like, I need to be reassigned." Hold on here. How did he get that far? I'm gonna run into the wall if I do that. I think, though, I'm gonna try an experiment here, people. For the people watching Mario Golf. Oh, man. Well, that fucked up. Alright. Well, anyways. So Nick tells Price, "Yo, like, you gotta reassign me." Oh, that's how they did it. Man, I wish I would have looked at that. Watch the first guy do it. Anyways. Yo, you gotta reassign me. And you gotta protect Waterford's Handmaid. And I'm gonna tell you some shit. Like, you know. Basically, that's it. But, so Price agrees. We get a little scene where Serena is teaching Eve, like, how to run a household. So she plays that game with off. Hold on here, folks, for a second. So she plays that game with Alfred where you throw something on the ground and you make them pick it up and then you throw it on the ground again and then they have her try. You do it. Yeah, that fun game. Alright, so we get a scene where they do that. And then we go back into town and we find out they are opening up the new Red Center, but it's like called something else and it sounds fancier and they're gonna process so many girls in this place and it's gonna be so awesome, and Fred's giving a speech and then he's like, "Why are the handmaids coming in? Hey, get them back." Yeah, they don't come in yet. And then boom, suicide bomb goes the friggin' handmaid. Yippers, that's right. That is the end of episode 6. Hold on here. I'm about to sink this putt. Hopefully, at least. Oh, that's some horse shit. That is such horse shit. I can't even blame that one on the lack of a W energy drink. Alright? That was just horse shit because it just bounced right off the thing. Okay? That's the game screwing with it. But I'll tell you what, man. This W energy drink, we're going to need this to get through this next one. Because, like I said, this is going to be a long podcast. Still got 2 more episodes, and it looks like we'll have time to do both of them. Perfect, and probably have a little bit of a back 9. We'll see. Of course, we also have to get moving on Fortnite over here, so... Oh, damn it. Well, we made it to 5th place, John. But now let's take this moment. Well, of course, this has got to reload and all that. Get ourselves a nice W energy drink ready. There you go. Look at that. Yoshi's going to take his turn, too. Nice shot. Alrighty then. Get that in there, close this up. So we can shake her all up. And get that going. And as always, folks, you go to the link in the description of this video just for watching this show. You can use the promo code TDDD. Get 10% off your order. Sounds pretty good, huh? All for just listening to me yap about the Handmaid's Tale. Alright? Fucking nice deal for you. At least I think so. That's cool, crisp, and refreshing. No crash, no nothing, man. Just pure focus. Now it's time to sink this shit. Alrighty. Looks like we can make it there, right? Almost the same. There. Okay then, so episode 7 is opening up with a mass funeral for the victims of the bombing. As a note, it was Offcom, the one that had her tongue ripped out. That ends up being the one that bombs them. But basically, the Guardians are out in force now, looking for anybody and any excuse. There's this douchebag named Commander Kujin, who's running around, and people are all like, eyes have been everywhere. Well, yeah, sure as shit looks like it, because, like, yeah, there's driving down the street and people are getting, like, hanging from their houses and trees and shit. I don't know. I swear to God, this shit you would be so crazy desensitized living in this society, man. It'd be like the fucking Middle Ages or some shit. Alrighty. Okay. find out, we see Fred is in the hospital, but alive. But we learn that Commander Price is dead. Oh, shit. So, I don't know if we're going to learn yet what Nick said he hadn't told Price about Waterford yet. But, oh boy, certainly puts a damper on that plan. So then we go to the colonies. And while they're on one of their little death labor marches, a couple of cars pull up. And they're like, we need a couple of them, so just grab a couple of them, any of them. And a couple of them get grabbed. Janine and Emily being two of them. Ooh. We go up to Canada, and Canada learns of the bombing. And of course, they're all like, yep, we'll be getting the names of the victims later on, eventually, as soon as we can. Oh shit, I gotta get you into the bushes here. Good job. Alright. We get a flashback to Myra selling her eggs or some shit. Like, alright, apparently that was still a thing at that point. Let's see here. Oh, now back to the present day. Star Alfred. You get a question about the bombing. Because, you know, Cushing is all like, what the fuck? And this dude does not appear to be all that helpful. He definitely wants to take Waterford out. He wants to know if Waterford was the one that was helping her. Of course, it actually was Nick, but Cushing is not buying that it was a kidnapping either. Alright. Let's see here. Let's see, so Serena and June visit Fred and tell him what the hell's going on. June tells Nick, like, hey, they're looking for the guy that helped me, and that was you, so fuck, man. And then let's see here. So Serena, wait. So it's kind of crazy though, okay? So while Serena's getting questioned, like, she looks outside, and this other guy, Commander Deeds, and his whole household is getting executed just because Ofglin was their handmaid. So there was an assumption that they had something to do with it. So, yeah, again, like, holy fuck, so June tells Serena that because she's kind of scared that that might happen to their entire house, including her. So Serena goes to Nick and is like, hey, I've helped him out with some paperwork before. Why don't you help me do it? I don't think the commander will mind. And then, bam, Cushing is out there doing a thing, and all of a sudden he is rolled up on, and he's like, dude, you have been stripped of your command, and you're under arrest. apparently we've got the evidence. You are the one behind all the bullshit. Again, I'm like, I don't know. And he says, like, the evidence from the eyes is incontrovertible. I'd almost kind of like to see what, huh? I don't get how. It just really seems like in this world, it's really, really easy to fuck people over, and I don't really get why people don't do it more often, almost. I mean, like, that seemed really, really easy to get rid of this guy that was definitely making a huge pain in the ass for you. I don't know. Like I said, now the shock value's wearing off. I'm starting to notice the tropes, and yeah, that was pretty lazy writing. Oh, righty then. So, Janine and Emily are returned from the colonies. Says, well, so many handmaids died that they brought back friggin' that they brought us back a bunch of the young women from the colonies. So they're kind of, well, Janine is like, hey, this is great compared to the colonies, but Emily is still pretty, yeah, Emily's gonna go psychopath at some point, probably. Murder a whole bunch of people or some shit. Mass shooter. I don't know, but we'll see. Oh, alrighty then. Up in Canada, all the deceased are named. Of course, June ain't in them, so they're all relieved for that. And Serena brings June into the commander's office and is like, hey, these are the new orders now that Cushing ain't around anymore. Gonna be less guardians around and things are gonna get a little bit back to normal. You're an editor, why don't you edit this for me? Alright. Boy. So it looks like June was actually going to be allowed to read and write. Nuts. They're going to break the law. Total like Thelma and Louise shit coming on here. Not really. But that is the end of episode 7. Let's get Midas here where he needs to be. Oh. Yeah, looks like we're going to get through all of them. And then the last episode of the season will be really short. Because it's only going to be about the last 2 episodes. Alright. So, episode 8. We start off June and Serena, they're running the household while the commander is in the friggin', while the commander is in the hospital. Alright. because can't wait for last forever. And Fred is coming home tomorrow. Oh, crap. June learns of this. She goes back home, or goes back into her room. And she once again finds the music box on her bed. She's trapped in the box again. Oh. Because Fred ain't gonna let her Fred ain't even gonna let Serena do all that shit, obviously, so. I guess they got to have all their fun off camera. Alright, let's get this going here. Gotta move Midas here on Fortnite. Luckily these guys are busy, so. There's gonna be... Okay, yeah, there's bushes all over this place. We know exactly where the bushes are here. We are quite a frequenter of this bushy area. Alright, there we go. Okay then, uphill with this. Let's super backspin it on the back way. Hey, this is actually... Man. Alright. Alright. Nick's wife is trying to decorate. Not much going on there. We learned that baby Angela is sick. Oh boy. And then, let's see here. Of course, Emily, she's all like, yeah, that bomb was awesome. Should have been way bigger. Kill. And then we hear the baby ambulance. Oh no. It's like the opposite reaction of the birth mobile. Now it's the baby ambulance. We're all fucked in that shows up. Oh, fuck yeah. Looks like I just got fucking fucked out of my hiding spot. There's freaking another bush right over here, though. Come on, bro. I don't want to die until I'm in the top 10. There we go. Alright. So, anyways, the baby ambulance come out, and Janine is all like, no, it's not Charlotte, as she calls it, but no, like, June's like, yeah, it is Angela. Oh, shit. And Janine is all like, I want to see her, and June's like, they're not going to let you do that, and Janine was kind of right when she's like, you're starting to sound like them. Oh, shit. Okay. So, Serena learns that they actually have a doctor that's serving as a handmaid right now that might be able to help. But the problem is she's a woman, and thus she can't work. So, oh shit, what do? Do you let this baby die? And so, Serena asked Fred, hey, what are we going to do about this? Because you could just do it. Just let her do it and nobody will know. Nobody but God, but fuck God, you know? But Fred, he's all like, we will not disobey God's will. So in other words, he's like, nope, gonna let the baby die. Oh, motherfucker. Alrighty then. I am just noticing there is a 60-minute time limit on the PlayStation recording. Never had that issue before. But if that happens, then we'll just have to just smush together, folks. Alrighty then. Why did I go back? Don't go back. But if we're back here, then screw it. We'll get a new character out. Might as well. Where the hell is jerk face? Let's get this jerk face out. He's always interesting. Okay then. Alright. So Fred is all like, yeah, fuck that shit though. We ain't letting the women be doctors anymore. God ain't down with that, so I ain't down with that. Alrighty. So we go to the hospital, and, you know, of course, Janine's been acting all crazy, so she, like, gets permission from Putnam to see the baby. And they're kind of like, I mean, what harm could it do? And, alright, you know, even though, like, she was crazy the last time, but she was crazy. Alright, and our Lydia does not like it. She's all like, I'm gonna hold you responsible, June, if this breaks her. Okay. Oh, and then, friggin' Serena pulls her magic trick, and she gets the Handmaid doctor in there, alright? Get a quick little scene of Fred and June's room, looking through there, figuring what's up. And then we go to the Handmaid doctor. She checks the baby out. And she is more or less like, straight up, there ain't nothing we can really do. I'm sorry. And so now, like, Serena is kind of super pissed because she's like, oh, fuck, you know, I'm going to risk a lot to do this. You telling me you ain't doing shit? You're giving up? What the fuck? And she's all like, yeah, well, that's all you can really do. Sorry. Alrighty. So, basically, alright, so they're told, like, I thought the baby was dead at that point, but no, the baby is still alive, but they have pretty much said, like, you know, all we can do is make her comfortable until the inevitable happens, alright? Now, check it out here. So, we go back home and finds out the commander wants to see Serena and Fred and June. Alright, in his office. So, oh shit. Daddy's home. Except, like, you know, it's more like you just got home. Alrighty there, folks. Just had to start a new recording on the Fortnite there, but we are back there. You didn't miss anything if you're watching on Fortnite. Don't worry, you didn't miss nothing. Alright, then. So the commander is like, hey, Serena, I remember we talked about you having a handmaid doctor. Look at that baby. And I very much remember saying, no, don't do that. And here I am with paperwork in my hand that's allegedly I signed, ordering her to do this. And yeah, bitch, you disobeyed me. I'm the husband, and now it's time you make amends. So basically, like, Serena leans right on over, and Fred takes his belt off, and like right in front of Alfred, fucking belts her. Real fucking good, too. Straight up. So we're kind of like, alright, so apparently we're into this. Okay. So Nick back home, he finds the package on the floor, and he's like asking the wife, yo, you didn't read this shit, did you? You didn't read none of this? I hope not. And she's all like, no, I didn't read it. Just left it there. Just left it there. She probably didn't. I'm telling you, this kid freaks me out. If I had to be married to her, I'd be like, yeah, can I have one with a personality of some kind? You know, what the fuck? But alright, so the kid insists that she did not read it. Ah, fuck. Alright. It's gotta go. Oh, Jesus, this is all over the fucking place. I'm probably gonna go way beyond the hall. Well, not way beyond it. Yep, way behind it. Okay, now. Alrighty then. So June is afterwards. Okay, so Fred does the whole like you involved the handmaid too. So Serena takes the whole punishment, basically. And afterwards, when she's talking, she's apologizing to Fred, like, hey, trying to keep in his good graces, but she clearly scared. And then we go back over to the hospital where Janine is there with what appears to be a very healthy baby, alive and dancing and not sick, as she is singing a song to him, or her. Super heartwarming scene. Aunt Lydia wakes up, then comes over and watches. Aww, absolutely amazing. That is the end of episode 8. Alrighty, folks. Well, a couple of things. I don't know. Definitely a little bit of a prediction I see going on. Serena is definitely going to be like, at one point, she's going to end up in charge. I guarantee it. I don't know if the end she'll end up in charge, but that feels like a season 3 or season 4 finale type thing. Like, I don't know. I feel like this douchebag Fred is not going to make it much longer. Like, he's going to die eventually here. I don't know how, but somehow. Alright. And let's see here. What else? I'm thinking definitely Alfred. There's no way Alfred gives birth to this baby. I'm also thinking that, like, this baby is definitely gonna get, like, miscarried or something. I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me if, like, it's miscarriage and it's Fred's fault, and that's how Fred ends up, like, because Fred's gonna get fucked somehow. He's gonna get killed by the government. That's what I'm figuring. Yeah. We get a little bit more explanation because I've just still been wondering, like, apparently, okay, the reason the handmaids are like fallen women, okay, and like the reason she is a handmaid is because she's an adulterer. Now I feel like this is just the bullshit reasoning they came up with, which I have been waiting to hear what that is, you know, like I would expect it to be bullshit, straight up. But, like, so, okay, and then Evie, who's like 15, they call her something, she's a noble woman of faith or some shit. I imagine you could probably tell if she's fertile or not, but I don't know. She's totally brainwashed into the whole, like, it's God's will for me to get pregnant right now, which, I don't know, would be fucking annoying as fuck to me, but, oh boy, I don't know. Is this what women think men want? I don't know. This whole world sounds so terrible for everybody. I'm hanging on that, alright? In season 1, after episode 8, they had me for a little bit when they went to the club. And I was like, oh, they're just going to be hypocrites about it. Like, yeah, alright, fine. I get it. But as soon as they're like, no, we're not hypocrites about it, that's when I was like, oh, no, this doesn't make sense to me anymore. Like, I don't know. Oh, alrighty, folks. Well, that's probably gonna do it for this episode of Mansplaining the Handmaid's Tale. We got a couple of more rounds of Mario Golf to finish up. I won't subject you to any more bush camping on Fortnite, because there won't be really much talking going on anyways, because this is usually just me swearing at the thing. But, should be another day or two. I will have the season 2, last 2 episodes, the finale out. That will be a much shorter episode than this. But, in the meantime, as always, folks, keep up to date with what's going on with your daily dose of dawn.